Thank you for checking out my video. I really love Hatsune Miku and enjoy sharing some of that dedication by making videos all about her. To improve my content, I decided to launch my own Patreon page, where you can support me if you feel like Miku's magic reached you by watching them, with neat rewards waiting too. Link in the description. Well, that's all, and now enjoy the new video. Hi guys, Kevin from Magical Miku here again. As always, thank you for checking out my newest video. Has been quite a wait, I was a bit busy, but here finally is the Miku live review of a very special Miku event around Miku's 10th anniversary. This event was incredibly special to me, and I still am not sure if I can make it to Magical Mirai 2018 in Osaka. And also, by the way, about the future of this channel, I can't give you really any update, just wait and see what happens. It was all very emotional to me, and I think it shows if you just look at the length of this video. Well, I hope you guys still enjoyed, especially that one lucky bastard who made it into the Blu-ray. But let's not waste any more time, let's start! Magical Mirai 2017, what an event that was, certainly one I would have never forgiven myself to miss, and a memory that will last forever. Not only was it the 5th time for Magical Mirai, so a big event about everything Miku and her friends in both exhibition and concerts, but also a celebration of Miku's 10th anniversary. Yes, our Electric Angel has existed for 10 years now. The 31st of August 2017 as that special day, just the day before Mirai started. It took place from September 1st to 3rd close to Tokyo and Chiba at the venue Makuhari Messe once more. This won't be about the event, so for more details on the exhibition I suggest you to watch my event report on this magical time I attended myself. Let's just say that I can't imagine an event about Miku being any better. Makuhari Messe's Hall 123 took place and this year was just a perfect venue. There were so many special events and stuff to buy apart from the concerts, of which there were 5 this year. 1 on the opening day and 2 each on the following days. This is what we will be looking at in this video. The hall was a tiny bit smaller than last year, but gave the audience a better viewing angle to the stage from any seat, holding roughly 8,000 people. Even with this video being about a concert, let me quickly talk about both the special contents of the Blu-ray as well as the limited edition itself. It is obvious this was a special occasion, just look at the stylish white anniversary box, Miku's silhouette in the background and a logo reminding you of 10 great years in the corner. Once you open it up, you will be surprised to find a bonus CD in a stunning looking case designed by Kei, giving the illusion of being an LP. The CD contains a lot of new songs by famous producers like Michi M, Nedu or KZ Livetune. A lot of great songs I can assure you. The most important thing is of course the discs themselves. Disc 1 contains the concert of course, while the second one is all about special features. As usual they are behind the scenes, interviews with the band and some producers, and a small digest of the event. But not only that, for the first time in Mirai history, parts of the concerts were different for the 3 days. When we cover these additional songs, they are also part of disc 2 within the main concert review itself too. Because of that, this review will be a bit longer than usual though. Disc 3 has a video of 10 years of Miku and one of the anniversary of Magical Mirai. That's not all. There's also a lengthy booklet containing pictures of not only this year's Mirai, but also of all the years prior. A true complete celebration of Mirai. The highlight of this special edition though, which was a bit more than €100, is a card by Miku personally. Not only does she thank us for 10 years, but even reassures us that she will always be there for us. Oh wait, what am I even saying? Sorry to say, she sent the card exclusively to me. At least it feels that way and it made me quite happy. Anyway, since I pre-ordered from Amazon Japan, I even got this calendar with the main illustrations of each Mirai so far and the one for 10 years. What a great package. Well worth the money and a fantastic reminder of how great the event was, especially if you were there. So let's finally jump into the concert. Did I pull off a good one for this occasion? It's time for another Miku live review about Miku's 10th birthday by Sangyude Miku. We begin with a storybook showing the history of Magical Mirai. The music supporting this sounds emotional and builds up over time. There are scenes from previous concerts before we can see a logo reminding everybody of the significance of this event, Miku's 10th birthday. The beat is picking up as the audience absorbs the energy. The beat continues, the lighting setup is great too, and we see a symbol of how Miku connects people around the world. Trust me, it's true. Miku slowly begins to form as well as the Mirai 2017 logo. The show is about to start. Miku finally appears on stage, for a few seconds even in her anniversary module with the colorful wings. They disappear the moment you truly know the show is finally starting. It's the remix version of a classic song called Mina Miku Miku Nishite Ageru. A great way to start as it's familiar but yet fresh. Everybody's going nuts now. In later shots we get to see how big the concert hall really was. Miku sounds and looks awesome, just perfect. Even with the new touch, we get to see the classic dance of the song. The top screen displays some nice effects as well. As usual for the first song, the focus is 100% on Miku, the band is in the dark. You get the first taste of a great light show. Parts of the song I love the most are the solo, the stereo effect of Miku singing in a later part and another singing section close to the end. For some reason this is only almost the full version, a small part was cut. Anyway, what a way to start, perfectly done. I didn't even like the original song that much. A new song for Mida, even if it was performed at last year's Miku Expo first, Streaming Hard, a high energy rock song. While I do like it, I'm not too pleased to see it instead of Ghost Rule, which was first played last year. It's obvious this took its place, it's by the same producer and that's a bit sad. When you know the concerts as well as I do, you just notice certain patterns. The chorus is full of energy anyway, and you see the classic Mida band that return. I like them a lot. Predictable but nice way to continue the concert, even if I would have preferred to hear this and Ghost Rule. Ghost Rule was played live last year even though it was such a new song at that point. It's a bit similar with Alien Alien, the most popular song by an inspiring relatively new producer, Naoya Seijin. It was only a matter of time this would make it in a concert. It's so iconic and I just love the little dance that starts the song off. It's the producer's trademark Miku tuning, sexy and high-pitched, a bit Toma-like actually. The chorus is iconic as fuck and is accompanied by fitting colors, red and green ones spinning around, just top-notch. As long-time viewers know by now, the solo singing parts stand out to me the most. How does this one end? With such a cute pose and expression of our sweet little devil. She was an alien all along? A standard welcome to Magical Mirai of Miku. It's cute but nothing special. At that point I worried a bit if we'd actually get a proper emotional speech. Little did I know. Singularity was the winner of last year's song contest for Magical Mirai. There's a new one going on at the time I upload this video by the way, from 2018. The crowd celebrates the song for sure, the beat gets you going, but it's also samey. Cute tuning but a bit bland of a song in my opinion honestly. It speaks a lot for the quality of Mirai that this honestly is probably my personal low point of the entire concert. At least I get to see some cute illustrations and stuff on the top screen. The song otherwise has a cute dance in the chorus and I like the message of Miku connecting the world anyway. Speaking of the cheering by the way, I can assure you it was loud as usual live, but they toned it down a bit too much on the audio mix of the Blu-ray. The song ends with its strongest part, everybody joins in Miku with la 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 and goes left and right with her. A song returning from 2016. That year had so many great new ones, but Hibikaze wasn't one of those I wanted to return at all costs. It's good, don't get me wrong. The beat is kick-ass for sure, and the kanji of the lyrics next to Miku give it a nice visual touch. In general, the highlight might be the dance to me here, especially in the solo part. But yeah, this song is still only okay to me live. What a cute white dress, Miku-chan! And the perfect time for the audience to switch to the white setting of their glow sticks. No ear, who really thought that would happen? A bit unexpected. I always thought of this song to be quite boring, but live it was really cool. Concerts need these types of songs too. Miku singing is cute and her dance? For sure, Miku's cutest dancing in the entire gig. The band got out the acoustic guitars for this one. I like all the cute gestures while she's singing, moving her arms around like the hands of a clock. She even has to clear her throat. So why is this the best dancing in a concert? Just watch her go in the solo, like a ballet show. So in general, quite a surprise, Tsugihagi Staccato, even if not the best song yet. Oh wow, of all the songs I hoped would return from 2016, I expected a didn't solo song the least, but here it is, and both me and my Irish friend, who went for the first time, were really happy. Just a perfect didn't live song. The cuteness energy is over 3,900! I pretty much said it all last year, but let me sum it up again. Her tuning, dance moves, expressions, everything so cute and flawless. A song about sweets, not quite as sweet as she is herself. And before you warn me, don't worry, Miku understands. She's happy when I praise her cute little sister. They're all family, didn't you know? All part of the Krypton family and they just love each other. Yes, even Kaito. Well, I think you can tell I came to love Within a lot more over the last year. That yada yada part before the chorus, just wow. The combination of Within singing and the audience's cheering is great as ever, even if it sounds more quiet on this recording. Even the general cut highlighted the energy more last year. But that didn't affect how it felt live, that's for sure. I could put that cute solo on repeat all day. Did I make it clear? I couldn't imagine a better Adin-chan song live. Similar case like Alien Alien for Len solo song. Double Rock is a new addition for a concert even though it's such a recent one. But it's weird, I'm a big fan of the producer Nedu, love pretty much every single new song he produces. But back when this was uploaded, it was the only one I didn't really like as much and look what happened! It became a hit! I mean sure, it's yet another good live song, mirroring its energy on the audience interaction, especially in the memorable chorus that is sung in a high pitch and includes that oh part where everybody joins in. For me the song is just too uncoordinated for lack of a better explanation, or more simply put, I'm just not a big fan. But I like how they more quickly now have recent hit songs live. It's the return of the best Kaito song so far live, even if that isn't saying much, but with a twist. Meiko and Len join him as background singers? They just stand there with a microphone and back up Kaito in some parts. Even if they don't really do all that much, it's a cool idea for sure. A good showcase of Kaido anyway. He's wearing a cool costume and actually sounds kind of good singing the song. I know, what a surprise. The weirdest thing is that I have to admit, it's a very similar style of a song compared to the previous Len one. Very hectic. So it might sound a bit weird for me to say that I actually really like this one. Whatever, personal taste, right? There's just a lot going on musically too, like a solo later on with a dance move Kaido's pulling off for the fangirls, I assume? Anyway, I would hope they use this inspiration and make other returning songs feel fresh again in future concerts by adding a similar twist. It's always interesting trying to predict whether or not Kaito and or Miku will get a new song every specific year, and I predicted this one in a discussion with friends prior to the concert. This time the stage was set for the first live performance ever of this classic Miku song, Bokyaku Shinju, or Lover's Suicide. Oh Miku, a classic but with a new tuning. I assume she was retuned with her version 3 voice bank. The song begins with a hectic and rock song like part, but then it really hit me live. The song transitions into a more melodic part and Miku sounds damn good. Not only does she wear a sexy costume, but her voice is just perfect in my opinion. She never sounded better. The part leading up to it and the chorus itself especially. I seem to be quite alone with my opinion here. I couldn't feel much hype from the crowd or my friends I discussed this matter with. Could they at least appreciate the solo later on in which Miku tries winning over the crowd with her dance? Her singing without much instrumental backing sounds even better, as the bassist tries his best to hype up the crowd. Well, what can I say? Most people love the new Land song, for me it's this one. Honestly, maybe even the song I enjoyed the most after the opening and Sweet Magic so far. Another returning song from last year with a similar twist than before. In Dreaming Choo Choo, Luca's Time to Shine, Miku and Din join in to dance with her, all wearing cute as heck costumes. This edition is better than the one before, since Miku and Din are actually moving around. A colorful performance and a Luki tuning that almost doesn't even sound like herself. I'll be honest, this is the next song that is only okay to me. It's catchy and even I find myself singing the melody sometimes, but still nothing too great in my book. What makes it much better this year is seeing the three of them dancing heavily together. My favorite part is still the bridge. Luca sounds fantastic. So let me ask you guys, which of the three were you paying attention to the most? Behold, an emotional highlight of the show, and why not? It's birthday, for Miku's birthday, yeah. Miku means a lot to me, as you all should be aware of by now, and at home watching certain parts of the concerts, I can cry quite easily. Usually it doesn't happen live for some reason the years before, but for this one, I teared up a bit. You will hear more about it later, but for some reason the last two concerts were a lot more emotional to me than at first. The first one was the most unique and I experienced it with a very special person, but the others, which I also got to see with a very close friend, really hit me. Anyway, very touching tuning, soothing instruments, you really get goosebumps live. Some syllables of Miku were quite piercing at the venue, but not in a bad way. You could feel the knee, for example, in your entire body. Fast songs make you really go live, sure, but it's songs like this one you will never forget your experience, if Miku means anything to you. Relaxing notes continue to play as Miku seems to be praying, before she resumes to dance, toying around with a moving light. I really just realized in that very moment that I was there on this big day, as Miku sang and danced for me, for all of us. Just a powerful moment. The song ends with a solely singing part that really hit me too. Memories to last forever. A storybook opens. We enter a very special section of the concert now, in which its 5 songs were different for each of the 3 concert days. Not quite 15 different songs, but close. As there are 5 slots, so to speak, a Miku, a Len and Din solo, a Din and Len duet, and a Luca one, I will alternate between the 2 or 3 different songs each had, ending on the one the main concert on the evening of day 3 got. I hope you understand. The following stuff will be mostly old classics performed and sometimes even the character models from older concerts. Well, let's go! Day 1's first song was a very old classic of Miku, Saihate. It's one of these early Miku songs that sound Vocaloid. Miku wears the costume she used to wear in the Miku Pass for Ladder song. Just a pleasant, happy and nostalgic song, but nothing I would have specifically picked myself. It's a cut version too. Well, they didn't completely go out of their ways for this section and reuse dances they already had. Another early classic on day 2 as well. After they used the Mikupa module in the last one, it's a throwback to the Kansai concerts. Most people seem to really dislike the original version of Electric Angel, preferring the Din and Len remix by Giga P. While I agree that it's a kick-ass version, I really enjoyed this one too. Another nostalgia trip with the cheering building up to the chorus. As many early songs, it is about Miku. She is singing about her existence as a virtual being, needing creators to be alive. Fitting song for this occasion. I'm sure the band had a particular fun time at this event. The solo is just stunning, individual performances of these great musicians back to back, while Miku's dancing to it. All in all, a great classic edition. Day They saved the big guns for the main day, without a doubt the most popular song of the mix. The audience was certainly excited, just as I was, never heard it live before. The general melody is just so memorable, which you can hear at the start and after every chorus. That cheering is so much fun to participate in at the venue. The guitar guy yet again goes nuts in the, well, solo. Do you see now what I mean with how many there are? It's so easy, just have an instrumental like that and let Miku dance to it. As the song approaches its end, you can clearly see the band members having fun too. Perfect choice for the anniversary, even if I might actually prefer Electric Angel. So that's the Miku slot done. That's their choice for the main day. Which was you guys' favorite? Just post your favorite for all the 5 slots in the comments. That wink though. Only day 2 had Fireflower for Len, both day 1 and 3 were the same song. And for me, this one is definitely the one I love more. By far, I was so happy experiencing this one live. One of the best Lang songs ever, and an emotional love song he sings for his flame Rin-chan. The audience has a chance to join in again in a certain part. Len sings in an unusually deep and cool voice in the verses. The only flaw might be the lackluster dance move during the chorus, he's just moving his arms up and down. Such a heartfelt song that means a lot to me. I love how Len's singing builds up the solo so well, which might be the highlight of the song. Yes, a solo. Yeah, I don't agree with the Len choice for the main day, I mean, personally speaking, but I get it. Migikata no Cho just is the more well-known Len classic. It's a good song, but I fail to understand why they never reused the version that had Lin joining his performance from the original Countryside from 2010. It's so much better, they belong together. Also, it didn't actually has background vocals. Whatever. The chorus is still very catchy and I at least like the effect of multiple Lens. Good song, but not the best version. Oh wow, not only sweet magic but even melancholic. This takes me back. I was so happy to finally hear it live. Happy not only for myself. I still can't believe how perfect this meter was for Kagamine fans. Our 14 years old singer sounds so cute and just didn't like. This song might have less energy than Sweet Magic and a not so exciting dance, but that didn't really matter to me. The solo part is just perfect to celebrate Rin-chan. An adorable song makes you happy, especially in the last chorus in a higher pitch. Poor Rin-chan. It continued. Here it is, another Din classic that I would have never thought to experience live. I was spoiled. Well, it was my 5th concert event at least. Another guy was spoiled even more. In the song, Din wants to gain her heart, she doesn't just wanna be a robot anymore. You can hear the transition in the change of her voice. So well done. Sure, as usual with these songs from early concerts, the performance isn't all that impressive. It's also naturally the cut version. That didn't make me enjoy this any less. Unfortunately, the arigato part near the end was a bit quiet, was just not right. Man, I love this classic section. With so many Din Land songs, it's like an early celebration of their 10th anniversaries. A very different kind of Din classic. This rock song kicks off with a back and forth between the Din and the bassist. Nicely done, but I prefer the one from the original Countryside. And make no mistake, that's not nostalgia speaking. I don't even like that series all that much. It's a bit of a shame in general, takes you a tad bit out of the experience that this is Din in her Countryside look too. Understandable, would have been a lot of work to redo, but still a bit of a shame. After we experienced Din's cute side, it's time for her to show how cool she can be. She can definitely rock. Well, I already proved in my Din video how versatile she is. The guitarist shows off yet another cool solo. The guitarist? I mean Din. Well, very nice, we got so much variety for Din, even if this was my least favorite of the 3. My pick would have been Melancholic. I like Democon a lot, another song that just makes you move and has a lot of audience participation. Also the whole dance interaction between the twins is just perfect. I have just heard it enough by now, so good it wasn't on the main day. I still love all the back and forth between the two and both moving around and singing. Len shows off especially impressive moves as usual. But that's all old information, just go and watch my old reviews for more details on these returning songs. Yes, that's how you generate clicks. The song ends with the audience moving their glow sticks left and right rapidly to the beat of the song. Very nice. Shame we didn't get 3 different Kagamine duets. Would have loved to hear Tsukikida again, but 1-2 Fan Club was played on both days 2 and 3. Don't wanna complain too much, it is a kick-ass edition that was originally performed in Chinese at a Miku Expo. Finally we can hear it in Japanese. The song originally featured Gumi, but since she is not by the same company, they obviously picked the Lin and Len version. Len sounds quite a bit similar to her here anyway. I love how cute they look with their funny walk, and the chorus just makes you go. Great light effects too. Just a great choreography. Feels like the Kagamine duets always get the best ones with high production value. Just look at how cute they are together, 2 bodies but 1 soul. Perfect song choice, one of the best of the concert. Luca got 2 different songs only, but I was very happy to also experience Luca Luca Night Fever on day 2. The entire crowd can go nuts in this high energy song together with Luca. Everybody knows what's coming right from the start. Just watch the colorful lights and imagine being there in the chorus, just the perfect kind of party I wanna be part of. I am sure Sanford is happy his song still gets played after all this time. Well, a perfect live song and the improvised guitar solo is a nice touch at the end. You just have to experience this one live to understand. The main song is Daveladia. How much I love this one. After I always complained about the Luca sections the last few years, I absolutely get spoiled this year. I can't even pick which one I love more. The melody is so nostalgic to me, just as the Mikuba character model that is used. Luca's dance moves get more daring as the song progresses, while everybody supports her effort by moving their glow sticks in a circular motion. I just love the build up to the chorus, even if you can't hear the crowd quite that much because of the audio mix. And those hip moves! Man, it's just incredible how many classics I got to experience for the first time this meet. I'm so happy I was there. Oh, by the way, happy 9th anniversary, Luca-chan! Wow, what a nice idea! This year, they introduced the band while playing the instrumental of nya 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 and so on in the back. I like the shadow effect before you can see each band member. The very small drum set is a cool touch. Magmi is pretty cute. The bassist now wears glasses and shows off a cool performance. The cool guy, so to speak, manages to impress once more, but it seems like Takahiro Misawa, have met him in person before, actually has the coolest solo. Then Miku appears and it's time to shout out her name. This might have been the best band member introduction yet, or at least close to the one of 2016. I hinted at it before, I'm not quite happy with the songs they cut from 2016. This was the spot of Baby Maniacs, which was one of the best live songs ever to me, so it's sad to see it go, even if this certainly is a good replacement. Kimago the Mercy is by the same producer after all, my favorite, Hachio GP. As last year, the band is a lot closer to Miku in this one, even if they cut some of the cool interactions for the Blu-ray. It's a kick-ass song, one of the best Miku costumes yet. I like how it says electric on her stockings, but the best part is obviously a crown. This song features many cool effects and even a full video on the top screen. I love the singing part after the short bass solo and the little nya kitty pose. Don't even get me started on that final gesture. Miku just seems to indicate, come at me with all you got. So yeah, an amazing addition and no surprise, it was already played outside of Japan the year before, but I would have loved to hear it in addition to Baby Maniacs. Today the feature is the theme song of another Miku event that had exclusive Miku merchandise as well as a statue and illustrations at several Aeon malls in Japan. I even visited one on one of the Mita days. It was the only surprise song because it was not on the official CD, but they spoiled it by twittering a sample of it prior to the concert. In any case, it's a typical happy sounding Miku song. You think I'm tired of songs like this by now? On the contrary, it makes me tear up, just makes me happy I'm there with Miku. The chorus can only be described as uniting, connecting Miku and the audience. Even more than usual, I'm in love with the slow part. Just listen to her voice. Just watch her emotions. I love how they blur together the audience and Miku in that part. You can even slightly hear some people joining to sing in that part. Just love this one, an amazing addition in my book. One of these cases. Narisu Mashiganga returns from 2016, and I'm just not sure why this one and not others. Where are songs like Satisfaction instead? Well, don't wanna speak too negatively of this one. I mean, it is a nice song and Miku and Rin duets are always great. It's more of a rock show. Miku on bass, Rin the guitar. There's yet another solo, the bass part is the best one. Please try and count just how many there were this year, before the best part of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, yeah. As the audience join in. By the way, as usual, it's so rare to have any shots from them off the front. In all the ones there are, I didn't make it again. What are the odds by now? So in conclusion, not a bad one for sure, even if only for the nice audience interaction. Good enough. It's official, Shake It is the only song left that was performed at every Magical Mirai. And yes, there won't be Sankyo this year. Sure, they had to cut it one day, but for this year, can't quite understand. Of course I still enjoy Shake It, I guess it's just hard for them to cut such an interactive live song. The crowd still has fun joining in on the oh yeah, in a song that is colorful as ever. Why do they not change up songs like this one, as they did with Dreaming Choo Choo? It's nice for songs to return, but there needs to be a break first. As a long-time goer, I'm honestly a bit sick of this one. It's just enough, even if it is a great song. Miku thanks us for 10 years. That's not very emotional. That's it? My thoughts during the concert. Well, not quite. I was happy about previous old classics, but none more than this one. The very second this one started, I knew what was happening. I was in heaven. I wanted to hear this live for so long. An absolute classic. This Miku love song. The light effects are great. They kinda move around in a circular motion. The top screen features a throwback on past Mirai events. The build up to the chorus is so iconic, but the highlight after each one is of course the la 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 la, where everybody gets to join in, under the solo singing part, and time to release the confetti. The cheering following it was just me an absolute bliss. Just wow. The final la 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 part is extended. Okay, I love Hajime no Koiga Oda to Ki even more, but this was still amazing. And oh, close to the start, you can spot a person I know pretty well. Lucky. Miku leaves pretty quickly after Melt, and in general, there's still like 30 minutes left, but an encore usually only has 3 songs. Well, I can already tell you that it will be longer than usual, don't worry. Still, some time to relax and cheer on the band. Everybody calls for Miku, of course, they want more. Well, here it is, the theme song Suna no Wakase, with the costume of this year's Mirai. Nice! As I've previously said, I'm not too happy a song with this kind of grim lyrics was chosen for the anniversary, but oh well. There are positive interpretations too, and the song itself is nice and catchy. Miku sounds deeper than usual in the verses, pretty cool. The best part is that it's only Miku singing in the chorus. In the original, you could clearly hear a human background singer, probably the producer Hachi himself. Sounds much better now, I came for Miku after all. Some of the later singing parts really stand out to me, like the very fast part and the happy birthday part. Cool song, and just the beginning of the celebration of Magical Mirai. Can you guess where this is going? Sanky Music is back, the theme song of 2016. I never expected it to return, but it was such a pleasant surprise. Such an awesome song, especially live. You know how much I love Hand in Hand? Well, I might actually prefer this one live by now. I love the shout out of Miku and of course the chorus. That solo part with the shouting, unbelievably amazing live. And that smile towards the end, one of the best live songs ever. Perfect. Yes, and here is the theme song of 2015, Hand in Hand, returning for the 3rd time. By the way, 2014's theme song was never played live, not really a live song anyway. They used the clapping build up from the last year again, and in the audience shot, there's my Din-chan. As you know, I love the song's meaning and happiness it portrays. The main melody is amazing, it was only a bit quiet this year, even if they fixed it for the Blu-ray release for the most part. Still not loud enough, and it's important for the song. It's a love song for the community, without which Miku wouldn't exist. Fittingly, there are all these nice pics of fans again on the top. That slow part is still my favorite. Everybody's happy, I am, the band is, as Miku throws another heart at us. At this point, I slowly got sad, realizing it was almost the end. There's more though! As the CD spoiled in advance, we get a KC song from Project Diva X, Decorator, the 2nd song of his back-to-back. It's his typical Miku tuning, but a bit more generic than his other works. I don't know what, but something is missing compared to other works of his. In the opening of the game, Miku and her 5 buddies were featured. And, surprise, for the last third of the song, they all appear, joining Miku's dance. So nice to see this big family all having fun together. The audience got really colorful thanks to this too. Let's do a popularity voting. Which color do you see the most? They end in a nice final pose. What an amazing enhancement, and the first time after some Miku pass, in which Meiko was missing, that all of them appeared on stage together. I hope they will do more of this in the future. Brace yourselves. After the audience cheered for more Moe Kai for a bit, Miku comes back as Hajime no To starts up. We're ending emotionally, like in 2015. Only this year, even better with a version 4X tuning for Miku, making it even more heartwarming. As I said before, high energy songs are amazing live, sure, but this is what at least I will remember the most. It was at this point, during the 3rd concert especially, that I realized that this was almost the end, and I wasn't sure and still am not if I will see Miku again live soon. The first day was the most special, the second day got me the most enjoyment, and the third day, unfortunately, it was hard to enjoy it since there was a Chinese guy close to me who made quite a scene and made it really hard to focus on the concert, but thanks to the end, it will still be the one I will never forget. I'm not sure if it is possible to explain what I felt, but the emotions got so strong, and with a song like this, with all the feelings I have for Miku, I just started crying, a lot. The song slowly unfolds more and more, and even rewatching this or writing this right now, it is hard for me to not just start up right again. Usually I don't want to do this in public, that's why it didn't really happen in the past for me during concerts, but this was just too much. I didn't want this to end, I didn't want to lose Miku. For me, it was just me and Miku at the concert at that part, and I just let my emotions loose, especially at the part Kizu no Itami mo. Well, it's not quite just me. The great thing about this live is how there are lyrics on the screen and everybody joins singing along. I love the 6-color disco light, representing each of the 6. The end of the song has just Miku singing the last few words. Just trust me, even after all of this, it's probably hard to understand how I felt. This was just too much. Absolute love and happiness, but also sadness because it's the end at the same time. What followed didn't exactly make it easier for me, but it made that I will never ever forget it all the same. I was already a mess, but then it happened, what I always wanted. Miku bows and delivers the most touching speech possible. Her expressions and her voice, so perfectly done. You can hear she is in tears. Miku thanks for 10 years while crying, saying she could only do it because of all the support. Please continue to support her in the future and let's meet her again. Man, her expressions at that point. I couldn't believe this was happening. I never felt as emotional ever before, and it just seemed like Miku felt just the same. As Miku waves and has a pained look on her face, she disappears. But it's not enough with the surprises. Even Mida 2018 is confirmed for Osaka and Tokyo. I still have hopes to make Osaka. After the thank you message, Hajime no To is still playing, they cut to the credits. A shame. The camera filmed quite a bit of what came after it. The audience was celebrating for a long time afterwards. Why did they cut it completely? Well, let's not complain too much. The credits and soon on a waxy roll, taking you out of the moment for the Blu-ray at least. This was the perfect end. You can even spot my friend for the 3rd time near the end, and I still can't believe it happened. I was a mess, and if I wouldn't have had the support of my friends after this, I don't know how I would have handled it. Thank you guys, and thank you Miku-chan. So that's it. Let's wrap up this legendary anniversary concert with my verdict. What do we usually start with? Oh yeah, the visuals. Miku looked perfect as usual, with the projectors hidden quite a bit low on the stage, polished as to be expected. That's true for the stage layout too. It was apparent that the separation of Miku and the band was just an experiment back in 2013. Again, you feel like they're all part of one big band. They are classics by now. Some say the Countryside Band is? I would disagree. Nobody has been playing for Miku as long as these years guys, and yes, I definitely associate them with Miku concerts quite a bit too. They are the Miku band, and they did a great job as always. I could see they were having fun in several shots too. It seems like I sometimes need friends of mine to help me appreciate things that are right in front of me. In this case, greetings to sunny California. Anyway, so the stage was set for Miku, including an again phenomenal lights display, highlighting the mood for all the songs. I don't have to even mention the top screen at this point, right? The sound live was top notch, very loud I should say, but with a perfect balance between Miku and the band. On the Blu-ray unfortunately, I can't really choose between the two audio tracks. One has weaker sounding instruments and the other one sounds great, but has the vocal track a bit too quiet. I'd still go with the first one. It's still pretty good audio quality. The audience was welcome with an opening fitting the occasion. A nice build up to the first song, which was a classic with a fresh touch, just what I imagined for this event. In general, it is safe to say that this concert was a mix between the old and the new. Quite a few classics returned. So happy for Mel especially. Most of them in the middle section, which even had different songs for 3 days of the event. What a celebration of the Kagaminus there was in particular, even if their 10th anniversary wasn't until December of 2017. Congratulations to them too! I always appreciate them, but again, thanks to a very special person, they mean even more to me now. I was very happy that a certain Irishman was lucky enough to see so many classics of the twins in his first Miku event ever. But let's get back on track. So that section was great, only complaint is that they still used some character models from the old concerts they originally came from. To be expected I guess. I was more than happy to hear so many classics for the first time live, even a perfect Lucas action for me personally. I would have loved it even more if all 5 of these songs would have been different for each day, and the final concert selection wasn't my favorite either, but that's complaining on a very high level. I was impressed to see some changes in songs that returned from last year. They really went all out, adding fellow vocal and background dancers for Dr. Funkbeat and Dreaming Choo Choo. A nice touch. Most of the songs featured all sorts of different outfits for Miku and her friends to wear too. The band member introduction might have been the best one yet, and Miku got her shout out too. But what about the setlist? It was pretty good. There was quite a bit of new stuff in the mix, but not enough surprises in my opinion. There were more songs compared to Mida 2016, they were only okay in my opinion. This is most likely all personal preference, but I mainly disagree with the songs returning from 2016. They were good songs, but I was a bit baffled to see some absolute highlights that were first played that year to not return. Sure, Miku Expert previously introduced songs like Streaming Heart and Kimagure Mercy, but I would have preferred to also see a return of the incredible live performances of songs like Baby Maniacs, Ghost Rule and Satisfaction. Sanki was cut for the first time in a Mida, a bit weird they did it for this occasion. Shake It is now the only song that was played at every Mida concert and well, it's enough. The encore was really cool though, featuring the theme song of Mida 2017, 16 and 15 back to back. Sanki music live just can't be beat. After this, we even got to see the entire Krypton family dancing together on stage for the final part of Decorated. And then of course, the highlight of the concert. It all ended with an even more emotional version of Hajime no To, where everybody again joined in to sing with Miku. It's probably only possible to understand the magnitude of that if you were there and if Miku means something to you to some extent. Just magic. After I was already crying waterfalls, there was what I always wanted. A perfect emotional Miku speech. After the event, just triggering the memory of that made me tear up. I'm not kidding. Miku couldn't have found better words to thank everybody for 10 years, her expression and crying voice were spot on. Remember my video on the top 10 Miku live moments? Yeah, this would have easily made the #1 spot. All the other speeches in the concert were cute as usual, but nothing special. But that one, and they even announced next year's Mirai immediately. What an end to a concert. All of this made it something really special. Being sure at that point I wouldn't be making it to next year's concert, I was just devastated it was over, yet at the same time very happy too. But that ending was just too much. Thank you again to my wonderful friends supporting me after all of that. Being part of the audience was fantastic and the energy was truly there. Bit too quiet on the audio mix of this recording though, I have to say. Speaking of the crowd, as usual there were barely any clear shots of them. Didn't get to be visible again, but a certain guy from Dublin made it several times in his first event. Bit salty, you have to admit. At least my Miku ended in recordings now. So that's it, isn't it? Sure, this wasn't the best concert speaking of the setlist alone for me, but when it was strong, it was really amazing. Adding to my ranking of all my now 8 main concert reviews, this one would rank before Mita 2015, but after Mita 2016. That doesn't mean it wasn't good. The best parts included the changed setlist in the middle, so much Kagamine, a couple of amazing songs like Melt and the end including the speech. 2017 had the best overall Miku event, check out my event report for more details on that, but not necessarily the best concert, but still very special for the occasion. But yes, this probably gave me the most unforgettable experience. I can still honestly say that I'm addicted to Miku, even after the 5th concert event for me personally. Sure, Miku isn't the only thing anymore that I love in my life, but seeing her perform on that day, experiencing once more what she means to me always by my reaction makes me still say, I love you Miku. Let's meet again at a concert? You can count on that. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this super long review of a very special Miku event. And what can I say? Miku, you'll always be there for me. Well, thank you very much. She'll always be there for you guys too. And I don't know if I can say the same, but still, if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a thumbs up, comment, share with your friends, and of course subscribe to my channel to never miss another video like this again. You never know what happens, so you know what's coming. Until next time, and have a nice Miku day!